I don't want to be wasting too much time on that screen. And as usual, this is just a random turn up of me on a live stream. I've got a few hours to myself. I'm going to do some painting, so why don't you guys come along and have a look with me. And as usual, I would like to give a big Patreon shout out to my 3rd tier and above Patreons, Reese, Wayne, Tim and Chris. Thank you very much. Without you, these shows couldn't happen. And as always, I would like to invite you to send me your pictures. That's right. Send me your pictures all over Facebook. You can find all the links in the description below, along with the Patreon link if you wish to help support the channel. And also in the top corner of the page over there, you can see there is a Discord a link. I don't think you can actually tap the Discord link, which is a shame. I would love it to be in there. But if you just type in discord.gd/, have a look for it, you'll find the Discord server, where that's where all of the chat is happening. And of course, into the chat I can also write in Discord. There we go. You can join us on the Discord chat, which would be fantastic if you wish to do so. So feel free to do that. Lots of people are already joining us. It says there's nobody online, but I don't even know if that's working or not, so we'll see. So yes, I'm going to get on with some painting. I got plenty of gene stealers. You see my the guard kill team that I mentioned in my Ask Me Anything video the other day. They're down here as well, and so we might get some of those done, but mostly I want to get the gene stealer cold stone out of the way. So yes, feel free to join along with me, grab some paints, and yeah, so why don't I pop up the big screen rather than my ugly mug, and turn on the Patreon live feed chat while I'm at it, so that the Patreons, if they wish, can join in on the show while they're at it. You can see in the top there, it's got my Patreon thing there. So yeah, we'll get along with that. Not my Patreon. What am I on about? I don't have a Patreon myself. That's my Discord server, my Discord name. And if any of the other patrons come along, you'll be able to see who they are, and they can chat along while we're at it. But other than that, I am just going to quickly turn on my big light in my room. It takes a while for that to heat up, so... Oops, no, it is turned on. Well, that's helpful. Right, okay. I don't know what's up with the light. It's something I need to deal with, but we'll get that done at some point. But yes, plenty of gene stealers. You've all seen them. There is loads of them. So we're going to get on with these. Oi! Starting off with, we've got plenty of black to be putting on these. I've got black armor plates and black carapaces, as they're starting to turn into tyrannid type creatures. So we got plenty of black to be adding, and we will get on with that. Ugh. So as always, if you're joining in the chat, you can chat along, say hello, feel free to jump on the chat. I am keeping an eye on it. So here we go, and I'm going to be here for a couple of hours. Yeah, my the house is currently completely empty. I'm the only person here. I've got an entire leg of lamb in the oven, so that's going to take a good few hours to cook before my dinner's ready. So we'll be getting on with that. I won't be here for the entire 3 hours, but it's only here for a couple of hours while that's doing its first bit of cooking, and we'll see if we can get some of these guys not finished, but certainly break the back of the job. Would be fantastic. Hello, Reese. It looks like you're the only one here. I was hoping that maybe, on a Saturday afternoon, there'd be some more people. I know that I tend to do a lot of live streaming during the week where a lot of people might be working or they got things to do, but we'll just have to see what happens. I know my late night streams tend to get get a few viewers in. People come and go. Pizza Hut deal for you. Yeah, they do some pretty good deals actually. Wouldn't mind a Pizza Hut. Maybe the next time I go to the game club I might grab a pizza rather than eating dinner before I leave. Sounds like a plan. The only problem is whenever you order a pizza from our local games club, Pizza Hut don't know how to find it, so that's unfortunate. There we go. Last night was a fantastic voice chat on the server. There's all sorts going on that server now. People are coming over, seeing my pictures on Instagram. I think I also did one on Twitter for that. Large pizza, 2 sides and a bottle of soda, all for 20 quid. Yeah, that's not bad. You know what I am going to do actually? I'll tell you what I want to do, because I don't want to, if I just, let me just go and get my kitchen timer for a second. There we go. Right, I'm coming back now. Where if I put this? If I pop this here, can you guys see that? There we are. I'm going to leave that there. I don't normally do an actual timer, but because I'm cooking, I need to remember. So that's going to give us some warning about how long the show's going to last. Yeah, there we are. Just something I just quickly thought of. That's pretty good though. That's a large pizza. I mean, a large pizza from Pizza Hut is pretty good by itself. Adding those extra sides as well, that's going to be a nice meal, that will be. I definitely kind of want to get myself some pizza now. Although, yeah, roast lamb. I mean, you can't really complain about that. That's yeah, roast lamb after all. Oh, lovely stuff. Don't really have a massive lot to actually talk about today. I think there's a lot of talking going on the Discord server, which kind of everything gets said, and so I come on here and I'll just start repeating myself. But one thing that was said is obviously it's great to have the live stream up and running, because especially on jobs like this, when it can feel a little bit monotonous when you're trying to paint all of this colours, especially trying to do some of the finer details, and you just got to be careful, and it takes so long. You can spend hours and hours and hours doing this and not feel like you're getting anywhere. So it's nice to have the live stream up, having a chat, people coming and going or whatever, and you kind of forget about how long you've been sat here. Kind of makes the time go a little bit easier. I mean, often I'll end a stream and I'll look at what I've done and think it wasn't a lot done. But what does get done, I don't feel the time passing, which is nice. Yeah, I might not think I've done a lot, but you know, before I know it, I've been sitting there 2 hours adding paint to a model that would otherwise have felt like it was a 6-hour session. So I love every single one of you for that, helping the time pass nicer. You love lamb, yeah, I do as well. Possibly the best meat. Absolutely love it, especially when it's melt in the mouth, lamb. Oh. My kids are weird though, they don't like roast dinners, which is bizarre. I think my kids are adopted. Because both me and my wife, we absolutely love roast meat, roast dinners. It's lovely. My kids can't stand it. We don't know why. Well, unfortunately, my wife does Slim and Wild, so we don't get to have all of the trimmings. I mean, it's nice, we have roast potatoes, and we've got the roast meat, and that's all fine and dandy, but we don't get to have things like Yorkshire puddings and things, which is a bit of a shame. Yorkshire puddings are lovely, but I'm also one of these people, I like my roast dinner to be swimming in gravy, so yeah, that makes up for it. I just cover my dinner in gravy. If my potatoes aren't begging me to throw them a life vest, I'm not doing it properly. I'm making myself even hungrier now. I know the dinner's on the way, but man, am I hungry now. Now? Oh, it's a quiet house. It's a Saturday afternoon. Normally at this time the kids are screaming and shouting at each other. I'm pulling my hair out. Especially towards the end of a whole half term, which it is now. I've still got a couple of days to go though, because I don't go back until Tuesday. Thick gravy and lots of it. Oh yeah, definitely. I know this watery stuff. Oh, we've got his legs to do. Did I miss? I haven't missed any legs over there, no. That's one thing I really hate actually. You go through a model, picking out all the colours, and then you get back to, you get to the next colour, and then realise you missed a bit. You're like, oh, now I've got to go back. Especially if you if you wash the models as well. Oh man, I hate it, especially if it's not just a little bit either. I mean, these legs on these Gene Stealer cultists are just the worst for it. You get to a point where you're just like, oh, I missed a bit and I've moved on. Yeah, moving on to the next one. Dan, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? Now, one thing we have to do though is, of course, Dan joined the Discord server earlier on in the week, and he pointed out his screen name and teased us that he was the talk of the town a few years ago when he gave himself that Discord name. So at some point we're gonna have to get it out of him as to the story behind that. And he learned how to one finger knit today. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a very valuable skill. Sure you'll be able to keep yourself warm if you get, I don't know, one of your arms chopped off. You need to write your story up and post it. Please do. I would love to read that. Maybe I'll put a channel. Maybe I'll put a channel up on the server. Interesting backstories. Origin stories. There we are. Make you all feel like superheroes. You can get your own origin story. Yeah, I think the Discord server's been quite a success recently. We're all making friends and certainly have some interesting times on there. If you can keep up, of course. There's a lot. Sometimes there could be a lot going on if you're not on. If you don't go onto Discord for a little while, and then suddenly there's 300, 400, 500 messages that has gone by. I did have a few people come up and tell me that, yeah, I cannot keep up with Discord. There's far too much going on. What am I painting today? Today I am trying to break the back of these Gene Stealers. I wanna make some real inroads into getting these done and dusted and out of the way. Once these are done, the channel should be able to get back on track as to where I want it to be exactly. Kind of, I was mentioning about in my Ask Me Anything video on Friday, yesterday, Oh, I'm having difficulty keeping up with days of the week now. Yeah, and they asked me anything yesterday. These guys, is a big commission, and they're kind of halting progress with recording videos and stuff for the channel. So we're going to get these guys done and out of the way, and then I should be able to start making some headroads into making some up-to-date content. There is so much going on. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when people like trying to get me into a ranting mode, and I start ranting. I can be quite opinionated sometimes about some things, and it seems to be a challenge for some of the Discord users trying to find what am I going to rant about today, and they'll look for it. As well as trying to knock me off of the number one rank. Should be pretty hard to do, to be honest. So I do talk to everybody on there. Oh, Dad's got to put his phone on charge. And don't mention Ghostbusters. Yeah. Yeah. I think that turned into about a half an hour chat. Half an hour rant on why I don't like that movie. I think there is gonna be a point where I am gonna have to put a keyword in the chat actually. I'm gonna have to figure out a response to Will rants. It's a very Twitch thing to do, but I would love to come up with all sorts of keywords. Keep the chat interesting, keep the chat entertaining, especially especially when I go off on one like that. Making sure, no, legs, I almost forgot the legs again. don't have a lot to talk about at all today, do I? I genuinely don't have much to chat about. Doing a lot of live streams recently, so obviously it's easy to chat when you first start the show, but when I've been doing a lot of them, it can start feeling like I'm just repeating myself a lot. So feel free to throw up any comments you want, anything that you want to chat about, anything in general, really. Just not Ghostbusters. I have some sweet banners for my Titans. Nice. You'll throw them up on the Discord. Banners is what? As in plastic? Yeah, like plastic dangly bits for the Titans. Have I been tagged in a post? I'm getting a lot of likes. So many likes a lot on Instagram. Have I been tagged in something? You're really hyped. You should be able to, actually, if you're really hyped, you can do that. Did that not work? There we go. Woo! Oh, paper banners. Oh, wow. So they're like old school, or are they new? I didn't know they come with banners. My phone has completely died. Technology today is not in my corner, to be fair. Something is... Facebook is screwing me over. I've got... my phone is screwing me over. Old school banners. Oh wow. I'd love to see those. Yeah. You stick them on the public, either on the in the pictures chat or on the public chat room. Oh, from Epic. Nice. Yeah, I'm not a major. I've never been a major fan of old games because I don't know. I'm just happy that I like the quality of the models these days. I've never really been a fan of old models, and I think I've mentioned it before. I think it's because I wasn't around in the hobby back then. I don't have any nostalgic feelings towards old stuff, so I've always been reasonably... I just ignore the old stuff. I don't really, you know, I think, you know, current plastic is better just because it looks nicer, and that's what I use. But I would love to see the banners. I'll check those out. It's possible actually that I could throw them up on the stream so everybody can see them. Depends on how much you want to sit there waiting for me just to download the pictures and throw them up on the screen. Cool. Could you imagine trying to do that when you're using old AOL dial-up? Oh, it would take you forever. They're in the public chat. Excellent. Shall I download them so everybody can see them? I know that there's only a couple of us in the chat at the minute, but some people would. Some people. Oh, actually, no. What you can do is join the Discord server, and you can see them in the public chat room. Let's have a look. No, I just want to open. I just want to open it. Thank you. I don't need to save it. Oh, I see. Right, so it's like a PDF, and you download them. Oh, nice, and then print them off onto an A4 piece of paper, I assume. Nice. And oh wow, they used to do. They were like Cheddar Monkey, thank you for joining us. Gene Stealer cunts, the sneaky boys. Yeah, we're doing some Gene Stealers today. You sent me a message as well. Oh, I'm going all over the place at the minute. What am I trying to look at? I'm looking at these. Yeah. It looks like, wow, so it looks like, sorry, it's got Legio Astorum colour scheme. Did you used to, like, print these off and then just, like, stick it, like the plate armour, onto the model? Or was it more just like a template? And it just gave you an idea. Some really cool. I like some of these, yeah. The Warp Runners, nice. Well, if you guys watching the show want to see what I'm looking at now, you have to join the Discord server to have a look. You could buy them. Alright, cool. Wow, that's really awesome. I like that. Instagram's not working on my phone. I'm going to have to restart my phone, so if you hear it pinging, that's what's happening. No, they're cool. I mean, again, it's kind of, I mean, I do like them. They look cool, but I don't think personally I would ever use them, because just in general, these days you can get sort of transfers and stuff. You could make them into transfers, actually, just by using some transfer paper rather than printing them onto paper. But yeah, times have definitely changed from then, for sure. And and yeah, like I said, I don't really have a massive. You know, I know that a lot of people do really love the old stuff that GW used to do, and I think it's more of a nostalgia thing than really genuinely thinking this stuff was better. Because I mean, I don't see how the old metal models were better. Maybe from durability, perhaps, but certainly the old plastic stuff isn't any better than what we get now. I think most of the love for the old stuff is a nostalgia thing, but because I was never around in the hobby back then, I don't have any of those nostalgic feelings. So I look at some of the old Terminators especially, and I think, God, they're awful. They're just terrible. I don't like them at all. I couldn't even dream of owning them. You have them hanging off of weapons and tabards. AT is like your childhood, but now you can actually afford the models. Yeah, I mean, I can certainly see. I mean, I didn't jump at it purely because, you know, I've mentioned many times that, you know, it's quite a exclusive game. You buy this game, the models that you buy, you can only play with that game. Whereas, you know, I jumped hook, line and sinker into Kill Team because I found it better than 40k, and I already had models for it. But yeah, I can definitely see that, you know, when people heard about Adeptus Titanicus, or is that what it's called? No, it's not. Is it? Is that? Anyway, when people first heard about AT, yeah, the biggest word that I was hearing thrown around. You see what I did there? The biggest word I heard flying around was epic. Yeah, and I can certainly see where that that thrill comes from. Is, you know, the nostalgia of the epic models, and you know, especially if you were around looking at those and seeing the scale of the armies that you could have, and where, you know, owning an entire Space Marine chapter was doable. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any of those feelings, so you cut your teeth on the old termies. Yeah, I mean, you see, the funny thing is I because I didn't. I mean, the very first models that I owned was a Blood Angels Battle Force. The one that had the Baal Predator and the Furiosa Dreadnought in it. Was it, no? Was it a Baal? Was it just a Baal Predator? Or did I have the Dreadnought? No, it was, no, that was it. It was a Furiosa Dreadnought, Tactical Squad, and a Captain. That was the first box I ever bought, and I've got the Captain knocking around here. Old HQ Banner. He's actually in his arm reach, but I keep showing him off. I don't need to keep saying it, grabbing him every time I mention him. But yeah, so the very first model I did was, you know, is purchasable now. It's the Blood Angel Tactical Squad. So, you know, I've never done any of the old models. I mean, the oldest models I think I've ever painted is a metal Mephiston, which I bought off of eBay, which I couldn't stand anyway. Other than that, I think the oldest models I've ever painted are probably Space Marine Scouts. Again, ones that you can currently purchase these days anyway. So I don't think, yeah, I don't think I've got, I don't have any of these feelings. Huge robots are just innately cool. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I don't know about the Knight's Law, but I guess they were like feudal societies, but with basically Gundams. I have no idea any of the lore, to be honest. And I am going to be trying out Adeptus Titanicus. That is what it's called, isn't it? I'm not saying it wrong. I don't know. I'm trying it out, and hopefully I might, if I enjoy it, I will invest in it, perhaps. I could get a good deal from my local game store, so yeah, I'll probably grab myself a small amount of models. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I want to get rid of these guys. There are a lot of games. I mean, there's a couple of games that I could do on the channel and show off, but at the minute I need to clear these off so that I can start painting other things, so that I can start doing some more videos. Yeah, it is what it's called. Yeah, Adeptus Titanicus. It was the Adeptus bit. I wasn't sure whether it's the Adeptus bit was right. I don't know. You get that brain fart, don't you? It's like, is that right? Or is there a different word? But yeah. I mean, yeah, Reese is the one who's going to show me the game, actually, and she's so she's getting all the ones that she's got from the core set, I imagine. What was it you actually bought, Reese? So did you buy the core box, or, you know, how exactly did you how did you invest in it? What was it you purchased to get you started? And what would you recommend to somebody who wants to get started into it? What would you recommend they do? What route should they take if they wanted to get started in it? Saves me from talking for a minute. Yep, I'm still picking them off my shelf. There's still more to come. As you may have noticed, there is a timer in the corner that is telling me to go and check on my dinner in an hour and 5 minutes. And that is how long the stream is going to be on for. I mean, I won't just end it as soon as it hits 0, but I will wrap it up when we hit 0. The rule set with all the gaming stuff, 2 Warlords and a Reaver. So that would get you started, and that was, I mean, if we have a look at the GW website for this, no, don't want to do that. The Princeps collection has it all. Is that what you got? Was the Princeps collection? It's £160 from no sound. Oh, what? I am here. I should be here. You can hear me? The Grey Knights have a giant thing, and the Eldar have a giant thing. Are they part of the Adeptus Titanicus? Don't think so. No, just the Imperial Titans. You can hear me now, can you? You can hear me, yeah? Yeah, I can hear myself. I realised I haven't got my volume up on my tablet. So was it the Princeps collection that you purchased, Reese? Is that what you got? Or did you buy it in a separate way? Did you mix and match it? Oh, you bought it all separate, right? Okay. Was it more expensive doing it that way? Two Warlords, Reaver, and the rules gaming bits. Let's have a look at the Adeptus Titanicus stuff. It's pretty much the same price. Oh, okay. So I browse the range. Let's browse the range here. All Adeptus Titanicus. 27 items. So what we got? We got the rule book. Oh, the campaign book. Is that the one? Is that the Titan Death, or is that something separate? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea on this stuff. A Reaver is 35. Two Warlords. Where are the Warlords? Oh, right, there's 3 pages as well. Oh no, because you bought the rule set, didn't you? Is that the Titan Death Rules collection, the 57 quid? I love the little itty bitty knights though. At 20 quid you buy 3 tiny little itty bitty Imperial knights. It's fantastic. I say a couple of Warlords, 65 quid a piece. Oh, it's an expansion book. Oh, right. Well, I suppose when you're around here, we'll have a look. Oh, here it is. Adeptus Titanicus Horus Heresy rule set. There we go. 35 quid. Yeah, I see it now. But yeah, if you buy the imprinted stuff, you get the rule book, a warlord, a couple of warhounds, and a reaver. Is that? Yeah, for 160 quid, which isn't bad. Let me just do a quick bit of math in my head. I won't do it in my head. I'll use a calculator. Yeah, bit of a chunk of cash, but we'll see. Yeah, if I enjoy it, I'll probably see what I can do with it. You get the Heresy rule set. So is that like a separate rule system for it, or you just it's actually got a campaign or something? Those are what you build a Titan mana pool. You have some options of what Titans to have for that. Oh, okay. And those are big, expensive toys. Well, that's the thing, Cheddar. They're not big. That's the point. Is they're very little expensive toys. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Mana pools you can missions, etc. Mana pools you can build, stratagems. The warlord is 6 inches tall. Jesus, it's tiny. It's like it's that big. It's tiny. Definitely looking forward to it though. I'd love to see how this works, and if it works nicely, then yeah, I'll definitely maybe look into it. See, when it first came out, people really didn't sell me on it. I was just like, so what's the point of it? Why would I want to invest in these models that I can literally only play with this game? Nobody really sold it to me. Whereas I know now that I know it plays like Kill Team, it's like, yeah, all right, I'll give it a go. And Kill Team possibly being the best game that GW have ever made for me, in my opinion. So yeah, let's give it a crack. Oh, drop my paintbrush. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to giving it a crack, giving it a go. We're going to play it after the Kill Team game on Tuesday. So it could be in a couple of weeks' time. We'll give it a game instead of Kill Team in a few weeks' time. And I think it was also decided that patrons can get in on that after the Kill Team game, can't they? Is that what was decided? We're gonna do a private stream. Man, see, I know I'm getting through these guys, but man, they're taking forever. I'm still picking them off the shelf. These are just the what, neophytes, acolytes. I've still got the other types up here. It's an after show, yeah, definitely. Sorry about my phone. I wonder if Instagram on my phone is going to work now that I restarted it. I completely forgot that I did that about, what, 45 minutes ago? There we go. So a bunch of stuff, people were liking that I was tagged in something, but I don't think... Did you tag me in something, Reese? Right. Still doing these guys. We will get to the end of these guys eventually. I am beating them. They're not beating me. I do need some more paint though, because I keep thinning this one down. How many left? Well, I mean, I'm doing the black. I got this guy, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up on the shelf. I do have other models that need doing along with these guys, but I haven't been doing those at the same time. I could do those separately. Once I've finished these guys and they're done, that's kind of the back broken. It's like the massive majority of it. And then I've got a handful of models that still need painting, but even if I did those one at a time, it's kind of, there's a lot less to do. And like I said, I mean, I it's a grind getting these guys done, and considering this stream will be almost 2 hours long by the time I've finished, and literally the only thing I've done is put the black on. So when I finish the stream and I look at the guys and I'm like, I haven't done anything to them. It doesn't feel like I've actually achieved anything, because all I've done is put one colour on all of them. But when you put one colour on all of them, and then the next time you pick them up, you get the next colour on all of them, all of a sudden you're going to get to the end. And this is the joy of batch painting that not a lot of people enjoy about batch painting. So you kind of go through the process and it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere, because it takes you so long just to put one colour down. But then once you've done it and you get to that last colour and you put the final touches on every single one of them, and then literally all of the models are done at exactly the same time, and then all of a sudden the job kind of just finishes, and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, so I was making progress all that time, it just didn't feel like it. Every time I see the colour scheme for the Four-Eyed Emperor, it reminds me of Wild Berry Pop-Tarts. Are you on about the skin tone? I must say, I don't really know what Wild Berry's Pop-Tarts look like. I'm not a Pop-Tart eater, to be fair. I don't really look at them. Colour scheme for these guys is actually really cold, actually. So far we've got black and blue on these guys, with even the skin has got a purple wash to it, which kind of just cools them down. The only bit of heat coming from these guys is going to be weapons, which will be yellow, and a splash of orange armor. Other than that, they're going to be really cold models. Hello Tim, welcome to the show. Dropping in for a few minutes. Thank you very much for joining us. Light blue and purple. Ah, that's fair enough. Oh, Wayne didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, on a live feed now. You should have had. Oh, there's 3% left on your phone. You literally will be here for a few minutes. Although, do what. No, it wasn't Cheddar Monkey, was it? It was Dan. Run to the phone charger and plug it in. Dan did say he was gonna be right back, but we haven't seen him since. So I don't know what happened to him. Right, I think that was the last of the black on those guys, and now I can get right. So I can move these guys down there, and then I can come in with the black on these guys. Oh, hopefully we got 46 minutes left, and hopefully the black will get done on all of them, and then that'll be it. And then once the black's dry, I mean, I might come back for another show later tonight, but we'll have to see about that. But other than that, next time I pick these guys up, it's like a quick dry brush over all of the black, and then hopefully throw down a base coat on something else. So that will be nice. I have a rule: when my phone is empty in the evening, I will charge is when I will charge it when you sleep. Oh, fair enough. You just hope you don't get many phone calls during the day then. I hope the Gene Stealers don't get him. What's that? Don't get Dan. Don't know. I haven't seen him. You never know. He could be writing his backstory for Discord as to why his name is what it is on Discord. Maybe that's what it is. Should we send out a search party? Maybe we should. You charge yours at night and then all day. Yeah, I tend to leave mine on charge most of the time. I decided to give Flow Improver a go. Good job, Tim. Had a good chat with Reese on how to use it, so I'm going to order some. Yes, definitely. Yep, it's some good stuff. I mean, I can't use it on a wet palette, so I don't use it. But yeah, some good stuff. Really breaks the surface tension of your paint, so you can get some real thin layers going on. No friends and no calls. Ah, you got lots of friends on Discord, Tim. It's a lovely little growing community over there. Oh. I'm stripping one of my Primaris Marines and he will get the royal treatment. Fair enough. Discord. Yeah, it's great. Thank you very much. A good move by me. Thank you. On the internet you can make many friends. You can make many friends. And yeah, the Discord server is fantastic. It's really, I mean, it's pretty much rendered most of the other social media almost obsolete. It's almost like all the other social media forms that I use is pretty much an advert for come over to Discord, because that's where everything happens. It's where we all share our pictures and late night chats and discussions about painting techniques and stuff. I mean, of course, it's not mean that this is going to go anywhere, but it does. It kind of puts everything all in one place. It's kind of like it's got the picture uploadability of Instagram, but then you've got, you know, the social aspect of Facebook, along with the general community of Twitter. I don't know. I mean, Twitter's one of those weird ones anyway. I never really understood Twitter, to be fair. 2%. Oh man. Wayne's going to miss the show. That's a shame. Slide the black up in there. Sometimes I shoot myself in the foot by pre-assembling all of the models. I'm trying to batch paint all of these guys and have them all in sub-assemblies. That's just asking for a mental breakdown. On the whole, I just about keep my sanity in check, but yeah. I really like the info part from Discord. Nice and easy to ask questions and share stuff. 1%, bye bye guys. Oh, fair enough. I will be picking up a brush tomorrow in the afternoon. Excellent. Some update pics will follow. That's brilliant. It's good to hear, Tim. I love seeing people improve. And just generally, you know, I love watching other people's journeys through this hobby. You know. Oh, I've been tagged in Discord about something. House full of excited sons. Yeah. Yeah, even when I'm live, the Discord is still going off. Get those G-Steelers done. Oh, I'm trying. Want to get them done. Get them all finished. Just as a warning, this timer, when it reaches 10 minutes to go, will beep, and again when it reaches 5 minutes to go. but I have absolutely no idea how loud it will come across on the stream. So I just thought I'd give you guys a friendly warning that that's what's going to happen. Oh. Yeah, it's one thing I haven't done on these guys actually. I haven't done their gloves. Pretty sure the gloves on these guys need to be black as well. So I said earlier about missing something. You kind of get there and you go, oh, I missed that. Gonna have to go back and do all of them. go check the messages and have a look, see if I'm right about that. I like their cool tubey spaceships. Yeah, they're kind of cool, and they lend themselves really nicely to dry brushing the details. Which, again, yeah, I mean, you can drive yourself insane trying to edge highlight all of the tubes. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I like them. I mean, I've done some myself up here. I mean, they're not finished. But these are my ones. I don't even know if you can see it. Hang on. I'm looking at the wrong screen. So of course I have where's me button for the camera? Where is it? There we go. Is that the one? No, that's the wrong one. I don't know if you can see it. Well, you kind of see it. Yeah, these are mine for Kill Team, so I've done them as more leather and a bone coloured armour. And do I have one of these guys? Well, I mean, these guys, the ones that I'm doing here, they're more black with orange, just the way that he wanted them doing. I mean, that's where we're heading for these guys. I do like these. I mean, it's just the trouble is it's purely just because there's so many of them. I think it's a problem. I'm just having a look at the model that he sent me a picture of, just to see. Come on, where is it? There it is. Yep, blue gloves, black gloves even. So I'll have to go back and do those as well. Ugh. To be honest, I think once the next part of these are done, which will be the orange, give that a wash and then dry brush that. These are going to look a lot nicer, and then it's just a case of going around picking out details and weapons, and on some the odd claws and stuff. But I mean, there's still plenty to do on them, but I think they're going to start looking like I'm actually achieving something relatively soon. And like I said earlier, this is the struggle with batch painting. You could do individual models one at a time, and you can kind of get a model finished, but then you look at all of the models that you haven't done yet, and you're like, oh, it's going to take forever. Or you can batch paint them and the whole squad just doesn't look like it's getting anywhere. But suddenly the entire squad is done at the same time and think that that's better. There really isn't a right and wrong way to saying doing it, but just whichever works for you. Actually, to be fair, I haven't even found the right way of doing it for me, to be honest. Batch painting is a grind, and only doing one at a time is a grind, so either way. He hasn't got gloves on, that's handy. Is that because he's turning more in? No, he just doesn't got gloves on, that's fine, so I haven't got to worry about his hands. That's good. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, and we're also getting close to the end. So I think I am just about going to make it to get all the black done in time for the end of the show. And I might even get to do a little bit of washing on my guardsmen in the corner here. Before the show, I painted all the brown on their boots and their belts. I just need a bit of a wash over that. Gives me a bit of a break from looking at these guys. I think really I should have done those tabards in blue the way that I've been painting these, but there is a few red tabards knocking around, so that should be okay. Some of them are red, some of them in blue. I don't think it really makes a big deal. GSCs can't drink alcohol because they're minors. Oh, really? That's terrible. That actually took me a minute. Yeah. Oh dear. The missus just sent me a message. I'm going to have to read that. She wants me to just check the fridge to see if we got some mint sauce for the lamb. I'll have to go and have a look at that in just a second. I'll finish this model. I have to do it now. I can't wait, even though it's only 20 minutes to go, because she's got to get back to what she's doing. So let me just quickly just check the fridge. Just send her a quick message back. my tablet not working? There we go. There we go. It should be there. Oh, getting there. 5 to go, 5 to go. Once the black's down, I'm not going to do any more to these until another time, either on the stream or I'll pick them up later on this evening. But we're getting there. We're breaking the back of the job. This is the most important thing. Take those small victories, and to be honest with you, this is so I'd say to anybody who's trying to get some models done. And I mean, I know it's easier said than done, because just generally it can be a hell of a grind to get things done. But once you just aim for the small victories, you know, and so for these, I've picked up these guys. I'm not putting up to. I mean, if you're trying to aim for a tournament, you probably have your own ways of doing things anyway, and whatever. But if you're new to the hobby, maybe you've only just picked up your first bunch of models, and you're looking at the monumental task in front of you, trying to get a patrol attachment together. Just try not to put too much pressure on yourself, and genuinely just aim for the small victories. So, you know, for the first time you pick the models up, just get them built. I mean, maybe you want to do in sub-assemblies, and that's fine. You'll just understand that it's going to take you a lot longer to paint, or a lot longer before you can start playing, without using, you know, various tricks like blue tacking your models together, or using very light super glue connections. But just aim for those small victories. So like today, I started this stream thinking I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but once I realised how the stream was going, it's like, yeah, just get the black done. Don't worry about anything else. Get the black done. You set yourself that goal and just aim for it. And once it's done, you know, don't feel too embarrassed to reward yourself for it in whatever way that you feel that you want to reward yourself for doing it. So, you know, I'm aiming for getting the black done. I mean, I might push the show just a little bit, you know, because the timer is only just for me to go and check on dinner and stuff, so I can push it for 5 minutes or so if I need to. But yeah, just aiming for the black to get done. It's by no means getting the job anywhere near finished, but it's just that small goal that I'm aiming for. And then once I hit it, I'm good. I'll do some of my guard next. You know, it's a bit of a reward. These guys I'm looking forward to getting done, but yeah, I also need to get these guys finished. So if I hit a reward, if I hit a goal that I set myself, I can paint some of my guard and get those closer to being finished. And take pleasure in some of the easier ways. This guy, he's got no gloves, so that's something I take a little pleasure in. It's something I haven't got to paint. Watching paint go over plastic is soothing in an odd way. Yeah, it is. It is. You know, I can sit and watch somebody paint for hours and not touch anything myself. You know, it's something, you know, there is something soothing in it. And I think what it comes down to is it's kind of you're seeing the model come to life. When you're the one painting, you're a bit close, and you tend to get tunnel vision onto the tip of your brush. Whereas if you're not the one actually painting, you can see the entire model kind of change in front of you. Whereas the person who's painting is only seeing, you know, where the brush is actually connecting with the model. So yeah, I can see where you're coming from, and I also think that that's why it is so. There we go. Did warn you. 10 minutes to go. That'll make a beat. I'll do it again in 5 minutes. I don't know how loud it was on the stream, so let me know. What was that? Oh. Can't realize something. Wayne's jumped on the chat. We were talking earlier, Wayne, about how amazing Discord is and how much fun it's been. We've got about 8 minutes to go and 3 models to go, so we'll see how this goes. We're getting there, we're almost done. Well, the black anyway, but like I said, little victories, little victories. I started the stream with no plan and then built up knowing that I wanted to get the black done, and it looks like I might be able to do it. What was that? I can't. Wayne can't stay on the live show, so we thought he'd just drop in and throw some keywords down. Well, thank you very much, Wayne. People are chatting on a Chilling Wargamers post. What's this? Oh, okay. What's this? Go down your Instagram. What's up with that is? Drop your Instagram text below and let's do some following. Oh, alright, I might get in on that at some point later. But we got 6 minutes. So if I can get it done in time. 2 models to go, so we're doing there. There we are. 5 minutes to go. Now, of course, like I said at the beginning of the show, I won't have a timer on every time I'm online. Not unless people want me to, but I don't think it's necessary all the time. It's just that's just let me know when how my dinner's doing. Pizza is here, so you're off. Catch you later. Alright, Reese, thank you very much for joining us. And like I said, I mean, I've got 3 minutes left on the timer. I've got 2 models left up there to put some black on. So this show won't be much longer yet either. Of course, I'll let the timer go down because I need to, that was 2 hours of a 3-hour cook, so I do need to add some more of the timer on before carrying on. We're getting things like roast potatoes cooked and things like that, which would be lovely. Alright, 2 to go. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Huh. There's bandages around that foot. So I don't even need to do the entire foot on this one, that's just cool. And this is what I mean about taking pleasure in some of these things. You know, you can take pleasure in the fact that some of the models throw you down those little wins. It sometimes can seem a little bit weird, you know, just saying, oh, you know, how awesome is that I don't have to paint the whole thing. But when you've got the grind, when you're on the grind, those sort of things can make it more pleasurable. So, oh, I don't actually have to paint the entire foot on that guy. I can be rough with it. It saves a couple of minutes. Even that, if that, it saves a few seconds. But you know, when you take pleasure in that, it makes the job feel a lot quicker than it actually is. You know, you're still taking your time. You still have to paint the rest of it nicely and carefully. Less than a minute to go, and then I realise it is. There we are. So I will stop that. There we are. Let me just restart that for the other hour cooking, and I'll get the just get the black done before I end the show. I do realise that this could have been skin tone rather than black, because they're not the same sort of gloves as everybody else has been wearing. It does go the other way and think, oh no, I have to actually paint that when I could have done it when I didn't need to. Yep, that's that one done. And then the last guy here. Here we go. Throw down the black. as I round this model up, I think it would be worth mentioning, I don't say this enough, I genuinely appreciate every time anybody comes along and watches these feeds. It has genuinely been so much easier to get my way through all this black, knowing that you guys will drop in, you'll have a watch, and then some of you stick around for a little bit, some of you come and go as you please. But it genuinely does make this a much easier experience, just knowing that you're not going to sit there and watch an empty screen. You know, I need to, if you guys are wanting to come along and you'll have a chat, you know, if you're just sitting at an empty screen, you're not going to watch that. So it kind of helps drive me forward. I think it genuinely makes this a much easier experience for me. And I hope that sometimes my ramblings are of a help. Maybe the odd tidbit of information, the odd hint, tip, trick that I throw out there in the course of these shows are helpful. Or maybe I'm just entertaining enough to have in the background and while you get on with your own painting. It's however you do it, it's genuinely, I do appreciate every time, every single one of my viewers. And there we go. Thank you for showing us all the neat things. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I do appreciate every single one of you being here, and it has made this experience. I've now gone through all of those models and all the black. Again, they're not finished, but I have done exactly what I set out to do, even though I didn't have a plan when I first started the process. Excuse me, but every single one of those models now has the black that they need to be done. Now, admittedly, if we quickly grab my cheap camera from up top, because it's easier to move, we have, you can't really see it very well, but there are 3 models just here that are damaged, that need fixing. There's a Magnus Magus up here and a Familiar just here, and then a handful of other ones similar to these guys down here that are still needing to be done. But on the whole, you know, once these 18 models, was it, once they're done, that's the back broken of the entire job, and it'll be much easier to get them done. So you know, I'll get those dry brushed at some point and get the black completely finished before moving on to some of the next stages, oranges, and then some details and stuff. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure having people drop into some of these really random streams. I don't expect to get a massive following on these shows, especially considering the only reason why you're here is either because you follow the Discord links or you are following your notifications, which is fantastic. You know, you get a notification that I'm live and you come along and see me, which is genuinely such an appreciative thing. So thank you everyone for dropping in on this. It's been a pleasure. I may be back again later on tonight, and if you watch this in the future, then don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you get a notification every time I go live. And don't forget, in the description below are all of the links to all of my social media, Instagram, Facebook. They are also been put in the chat by Wayne, and you can also find Discord. And if you want to help support the channel, from as little as $1 a month is the Patreon link below. Other than that, don't forget to send me your pictures, and if you have an Instagram account yourself, don't forget to let me know what it is, and you can see your pictures on the side here, much like Nuts Paints there. And yeah, thank you very much for all of you who have come along today, dropped in and dropped out again, and stuck with me to the end. And also thank you for watching this one, and I will catch you in the next one. Alright, ta-ra.